So once you've built Marco Polo's embassy, you're going to want to immediately check your intelligence reports and find out exactly what techs everyone else has, and make a plan as to what you want to get from whom. So you're going to take note of the techs that they have, that you don't, what you can offer them, and who's at war with who, so that you can make a plan to try to get the all the techs you want. Because if a civ is at war with another civ, they will probably ask you to declare war on the other guy, and you generally want to stay out of that sort of stuff. So here's the plan that I made, and so there you go. The exception to doing this right away is if you have a stockpile of money, and you should spend down to below 50 gold before making contact, because then if the other civs demand something from you, it will be text and not money. And so you want to get maps from everyone and get alliances with as many people as possible. The maps are important so that you know where to send your caravans for deliveries. So, like, there isn't a whole lot that's happening here. I'm just conducting my exchange plan. I don't remember anything really special happening here. So, well, after you get Marco Polo's embassy, you're going to have a number of goals that you want to pursue. You're going to want to get medicine in order to get Shakespeare's Theatre, which is a wonder that is very useful to have in the One City Challenge. You're going to also want to tech for astronomy to get Copernicus's observatory, and you're also going to want to get to Republic, which will give you more trade and basically allow more research. And you're going to want construction so that you can make aqueduct and get your city bigger. So here I'm building another boat to send it off. Because I'm going to need to sail it around the other direction, and I want to build the boat first so it can be sailing while I rush caravans. Since you're going to want to get your caravans out very quickly, because you get money and extra trade routes for your city, which are all very important. So I was very fortunate having sent the trireme down into that sort of inlet with Romans, because I was actually able to get 2 barbarian leaders, and 300 gold was very nice to have, even if it didn't actually get me to a convenient spot for boats, to load caravans, I should say. So, I believe I got construction there. I didn't pay too close attention to that just then. Yep. Now, something you're going to notice is that I check my city very frequently. This is important in the One City Challenge to do micromanagement, although you should be checking your cities fairly frequently in regular game. So, there I was just checking to see if I could get my city producing more science by altering the way everything was set up. So I have the Republic. I'm not switching yet because I'd have to build the temple and a Colosseum for that, and I would end up selling those when I got Shakespeare's Theatre anyway. Now, some people actually recommend that you do that, but I believe what I just did there was I gave the Persians Republic, because when I send my caravans there, if they're in Republic, they can have more trade in their cities, so I get bigger payouts from my caravans. It's kind of annoying how every single time I go to say something is when something important happens in the game that I should kind of have seen, just not about. Well, what I'm doing here is I'm getting my city to celebrate. Yeah, okay, the Persians just switched to Republic. Getting my city to celebrate, so like...
Our men need better weapons, Lord. Let us put the scrollheads to work on this worthy pursuit.
That is for His Excellency to decide, Visigoth. Excellency, I have calculated the science rate out to the third beat of my abacus, and I am dismayed by what I see.
I disagree, Excellency. The Empire runs well, Excellency, though additional taxes would hurt no one.
Just don't allow this weasel to touch the science rate, Excellency.
The gods adore you, noble leader, and distant lands favor our mighty empire.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Ha!
The heralds, call out your name, glorious leader, and all is well with the people.
I concur, Excellency.
So, as I was saying, I had the city celebrate so that it would have more trade and therefore increase the payout of my caravans. So, before you deliver, you're going to want to maximize the amount of trade in the city. So, like, put all citizens on ocean or whatever other high trade scores you have. Because it just gives you a few extra coins in science, because every delivery you make it gives you amount of science equal to the amount of gold you also get. So that's also really quite useful. So I chose banking, I believe, because it was a tech that I couldn't get from anyone else at the time. So it's it's good tech for trading. Okay, so the Indians developed astronomy and switched to Copernicus's observatory. That is a serious problem, because Copernicus's observatory is a very important wonder. It actually doubles the science production of your city, even though the Civlopedia says it only increases it by 50%. Isaac Newton's college is wrong too. It has a strange effect. I think it actually doubles the effects of your libraries and stuff. But in any case, Copernicus is very important. So, getting it, it's quite important to get it. I mean, you can do it without it, but it'll slow you down an awful lot. So I basically have to acquire astronomy, and the Indians aren't trading it because they're building a wonder. So now sometimes you can actually get, like, ordinarily, an AI won't trade with you if they're building a wonder that requires a tech that you don't have. Although occasionally I've actually gotten them to trade with me for it. Usually if you're like really small or something. So it was worth trying. It's also worth asking for gifts, because sometimes they'll give you the tech. So you want to get as much. You want to ask for gifts as much as possible, because they might give it to you. So what I'm also doing here is I'm giving text to other civs, because what happens is in Civilization there is a mechanic known as the key civ, which basically depending on your power rating, each you'll be assigned a different civilization in the list list of civilizations that will compare your current number of technologies to theirs. And if you have more technologies than they do, your research rates will increase, whereas if they have more technologies than you do, your science rate will decrease a little bit. So it's not something worth doing, especially if you need to get tech. Well, you should do it anyway in the One City Challenge, because your tech rate is very important. So I'm also trying to celebrate to get extra trade, which would then go into science. There, and seeing if it would work. So There we go. I filled up the science box, so I get gold from the Romans. And, so the way you're assigned to civilization is basically it looks at your power rating, and then it goes down the list. And well, here's astronomy. It goes down the list, and actually assigns it to you based on turn order. So if you're pathetic, you're assigned to the white civ. If you're supreme, you're assigned to the purple civ. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you're assigned to... As I was saying, if you're somewhere in the middle of the power ratings, you'll be assigned to the corresponding civilization in the list. Now, this can be a problem because if a civilization is not in the game, then it counts as having 0 technologies. So, something to be aware of.